Hey guys, so I've been asked to do a non-airbrush foundation routine. Now, I don't normally wear non-airbrush makeup just because it's so much easier and I've just become so accustomed to doing it. But sometimes, time to time, I don't. Sometimes I don't want to bring my airbrush machine places. So I'm just going to show you right now the products that I've been using. First and foremost is this Cover FX Skin Prep. It looks like that, and it is a nourishing foundation primer and anti-aging serum. So kind of gross looking. It kind of looks like, I don't know, when I first opened it I was like, is this bad? Because it kind of has like this yellow hue. But I actually really like the way that it works. I even use this as a base when I put on my airbrush makeup. So the thing is just to make sure that you don't use too much, because it does kind of feel like a serum you put in your hair. So having that too much on your face is not a good thing. But it does sink in really quick. Like, it already is sinking in my skin, which is good because I really would hate to have that oily feeling, you know? And then sometimes on top of that I'll add a little bit of a mattifier. The one that I really like is the De-Slick from Urban Decay. So just a little bit. Another good one is this one by Givenchy called Mr. Matte. That one is actually a little bit better. I would use the De-Slick one if you have super greasy skin, because it tends to dry really quick and I don't think my skin's nearly oily enough for it. But I just use a little bit, mainly on my forehead, my nose, and my chin. Just because normally I do it when I do videos, because the fluorescent light can kind of make my skin look greasy when it isn't. So this helps to fight that. The next thing I like to do is use my Benefit Stay Don't Stray. I just take a tiny bit of this, and put this underneath my eyes. I've said before, I'm not a big fan of this as an eyeshadow primer, but I do like it for under eye concealer because it tends to make the concealer go on much smoother. Sometimes I put it on my eyelid though, because if I'm not planning to wear any eyeshadow, just because my eyelids like have a little bit of discoloration, and this kind of helps with that. And then another product that I've been using regularly is from Yves Saint Laurent, which is the Touchy Clay? I'm not quite sure. Anyways, it is this really, really amazing Radiant Touch, whatever. It's really great at hiding under eye circles. I believe that they call it like 8 hours of sleep in a tube. So I got this as like a sample with a Sephora order, and I immediately had to buy it. So what I do with this is I put a little bit under my eyes. I just don't like the packaging on it. I hate things that come in a tube with this like brush thing. And then I put a little bit right here, down the nose, just like that, which is super hot. And then blend it into the skin. And it just gives a really nice, refreshed look. I really like the way it looks. I need a little bit more under the eyes though. So then the foundation that I really like is this Makeup Forever Matte Velvet. And the color that I use is in 02, I think. So with this, I actually like applying it with my fingers. Normally, I've never ever liked applying makeup with my fingers because I kind of get like, not necessarily OCD, but I really don't like my hands being dirty. I don't like them to smell like anything. Like, I can't touch like change. It grosses me out having my hands smell like food or dirt, or if anything's on them, I just immediately need to wash them. So even like right now, I just don't like the way it feels. So applying foundation was always like with my fingers, but after doing airbrushing, one of the reasons that it's been hard for me to go back is because with a brush it just does not give nearly the same effect as not using a brush. So using my fingers is basically the easiest way. So just have some on the back of my hand and then on my fingertips, kind of just dot it around and then just blending it into the skin like you would a tinted moisturizer or anything else like that. I'm actually gonna just use both hands, just to make this quicker. This also helps too, as long as you're gentle with it, because it using your fingers kind of acts like, it kind of helps to blend it into the skin a little bit more because of the heat from your fingers from skin to skin contact. So it actually will blend it into the skin a little bit better than a brush would. Once I've applied that, I like to use my Cover FX concealer for anywhere that I need to conceal. This is an M10, and you do this after foundation, otherwise it would just kind of smear all over when you put the foundation on. So again, I use my finger, I use my ring finger, and I just gonna apply a little bit of this under my eyes to cover dark circles. And then the next thing, once all of that is done, is to set with a translucent powder. So this is just Max 1. Makeup Forever has one. Coastal Scents. You can find these really cheap. I think e.l.f. has an HD powder that a lot of people like too, and that's like, what, $3 at the most? So I just like to apply it with a fan brush because they're big, fluffy, and then I can get underneath the eyes really easily as I do it too, and like the corners of the nose and stuff. So it just applies it easier. This is a crown brush, by the way. Love these big fluffy fan brushes. Once I've got that, I definitely feel like I need a little bit more color on my face because, especially in this video, not necessarily in real life, it looks very flat and very, very white. So I apply a bronzer. I personally like using matte bronzers, not so much shimmery ones. Like I have this one from Coastal Scents. It looks like that. That is way shimmery to me, and that is not what I'm looking for. So a good thing to do would be just to get like a powdered foundation or something that is maybe a few shades darker than you. I'm going to use this one because I haven't used this in a while. This is a blush ombre in Spring Shine. So I'm just going to take a big brush. This is the crown brush, I'm sure. And I'm just going to blend this all together. Tap away the extra. And then do what I call E3. Start up here. So you make an E and a 3. And that way you're just going on all of the areas that need to be darker. Normally that are darker when you contour, and that is around the hairline, down to the cheekbone, and the jawline. So that's how I go about that. Another way, place that you can contour if you want can be around the nose to kind of make your nose appear slimmer. Just a little bit on the sides. Anyways, that could be an instant nose job without paying a crap load of money. Except if you do it not so well like I just did. Once that is done, I feel a lot more comfortable, and then can just apply a blush just to give a little bit of color. Just for this, I'm going to use the blush ombre in Ripe Peach. And then apply or do my eyebrows. For my eyebrows, I've just been using Lingering from MAC. The way I do this, they're already filled in for the most part, but I start in about the middle, right about here, and I just do short strokes, and then I'll backtrack and go forward, and then I go through it with a spoolie, which I don't know where one is. Dropping things. I And basically that's like just what a mascara wand is, but one that's like on a brush thing. Here it is, like that, and just go through it to pull all the brows into place and to disperse the color. So then I would just put on a mascara and be ready to go. So hopefully that was helpful to some of you. I'll have a list of products on my blog. It'll be a link below. And yeah, that's about it. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.